Fans, your boy Carcino live. Nobody should be awake right now, but I'm here to let you know all the details that I know about the Disney deal. Everybody knew that this deal was taking place, but people were in a panic, running around, don't know what it means as Disney acquires 21st Century Fox, and they think that just pertains to the only thing they care about is Marvel movies, that like X-Men and Fantastic Four, the very limited ones that Fox owned. Here's the thing. And what does this mean? For Marvel fans, this is like the biggest moment in your life, as you could see an Avengers movie with the actual X-Men. That would just blow your mind. But let's look at the scope of what this deal ensued. Marvel for years was losing money before Disney came along and saved the company. Marvel had tried a whole lot of different avenues that didn't work, as far as like X-Men movies, and just wasn't really connecting. Spider-Man, and they're like, look, we're not making what we thought we were going to make in the movie department, and their films were, you know, not bringing in the type of movies that they thought they were going to see. Now, they were asking, now, will they do remakes to the second film now that they have access to, like Silver Surfer now, which was very key to the situation. But for years, Fox would not sell the Marvel rights to Disney. So Disney, who kept trying to come up with different ways to purchase and acquire the Marvel rights, finally said, you know what? Let's just buy them out. Buy the entire company. And Fox was losing so much money, and it was a dirty game played by Marvel. Whenever Fox would have something coming out, Disney would have another type of title movie come out and compete with the Fox movies. It wouldn't be Marvel versus Marvel. Disney owns so many different categories of films that they'll put out a Disney film and just wipe out the revenue. Like when Beauty and the Beast came out, the live action movies, the Jungle Book, all of these things were eating up Fox's dollars. All these Fox movies that came out, all these Disney movies were blowing them out the water. So Fox was losing and the stock was dropping to the point that they became in danger of being acquired. So Murdoch decided that it'll be best if we would just sell the movie division, 21st Century Fox. 21st Century Fox is what owns all these titles. So acquired in this deal is all the film and television properties of 21st Century Fox. The only thing that Fox negotiated to keep was the news and sports. So Disney said, we don't care about any news and sports. You can keep it. So Fox get to keep like Undisputed, all their shows. They're happy with this. Now Disney owns all 21st Century Fox, all their properties. And here's what's the biggest kicker. Shows like Family Guy, Bob Burgers are now on the chopping block, because they're going to look at it to see how they can get around it, but now they're going to be owned by Disney. I thought they canceled the Cleveland show. But anyway, shows like that, Seth MacFarlane shows that are on Fox Seth MacFarlane might have to go to a whole nother, dimension as far as his shows. Because that definitely don't fit the Disney concept of what they're trying to have accomplished and what they do and the type of movies they make. Adult Swim and things like that will have to be renegotiated or looked at because, Disney is very strict with their code of conduct. And believe me, those shows' creators are very nervous right now, and they're having talks about what's going to happen. They got set up talks to determine what's going to happen now with this merger. Well, this acquisition. This helps Deadpool because now Deadpool gets to expand. Why Disney wants to own everything? Why not? When you have so much success in what you're doing, why not own it all? They successfully blown life back into the Star Wars series. They basically came up with a MCU universe plan that led out over years that fans have followed Marvel films, building up to this epic Thanos movie, which is the Infinity Gauntlet. For years, they have milked this to get to this point. Years. Since Iron Man 2, you basically have been watching this development. And more Marvel films come out. So that's the real key to it. You see, Stan Lee hinted to this just a few months ago. He almost let the cat out of the bag by accident. The only film that they're worried about at Marvel is Black Panther. They rolled the dice on Black Panther. They want to see what kind of response it gets. Well, see, here's the thing. We don't know when this rollout is going to take place. Like, they might have projects that's already done. They're just going to go ahead and release them and let it be done with. And then they'll move forward from there. You see, the problem with Fox is so stupid. They have no comic book guys there who know what they're doing. And those who are comic book guys are just pushed to the side, or those guys quit and go work for somebody else who know what they're doing. When it comes to something that's animation and CGI and all this stuff, Fox is not willing to take the risk to roll the dice to let the real people make the films to do it. Only time they did was Spider-Man and X-Men, and they didn't care what was in place. The first X-Men, first two were done excellent. Then they felt we need more. We need more lasers. We need more of everything. More mutants. Just throwing them out there. And it just messed up a good system, I thought. They ruined the Phoenix Saga, and fans felt betrayed. Then it was rebooted with X-Men First Class, and people were right back on board. But Spider-Man, they just didn't see it being $1 billion film. Spider-Man can't... Oh, I'm sorry. Venom is Sony, right along with Spider-Man. Sorry about that. Spider-Man and Sony, that's another problem. Sony didn't know what they were going to do with their division. Spider-Man is going back to Sony and Columbia. He's only being loaned partially for this universe here, for this Marvel universe. They got like a 3-film deal, and after that, Spider-Man goes back to Sony. Well, Sony wanted help because they kept bottoming out at around 700, 800 million, which sounds like a lot of money coming in. But they're thinking we should be getting more for Spider-Man. Well, you got to look at it. Spider-Man is about a $200 million film in gross, plus $100 million in marketing. So you're looking at over $300 million for the film. And the highest grossing Spider-Man film made about 700, almost 800. They were going to do the third film, but then Andrew Garfield was Andrew Garfield about the situation. And that's why he's doing most of these artsy movies now. He just fell out of the big racket when it comes to major films. Because he ticked off the CEO of Sony. Now, you look at the grand scale of things, you're starting to see a different fallout and a different turnabout when things are going to happen. We're gonna go through a whole DC process here too that I'm gonna roll out for y'all, but definitely for this path here was wow. Marvel, if they can get their hands on the X-Men, because they want Wolverine. They know what to do with Wolverine. Fox had planned another type of Wolverine movie, which is going to be X-23, and that's going to be rated R. Because they like, okay, rated R, we still getting the fans, and we can keep an R rating. We ain't got to cheese it down. And we can have slashes and everything else. Now, if they do Hugh Jackman in one of the X-Men, Marvel movies like Infinity Gauntlet, Hugh Jackman can come back as Wolverine in that film. Well, here's the situation. People can be brought back to life in superhero films. It's happened in the comics. People have been resurrected all the time. Oh yeah, he said he wouldn't come back, but if they gave him if they gave him a bag, he would. Now it was time for him to get his other career going. There you have it. Right, I haven't been in the comics in years. Comics was a good escape. That's when I used to read a lot more. That's why I can't talk anymore. I need to go back to reading. Hey, what's up? Oh, what I'm doing right now? It's very... Yeah, well, here we go. Something just popped up. Oh. Yeah, I'm up here. I just did the movie review for the Murder on the Orient Express. I haven't released it yet.
1970s classic. And this is a standout performance by the
Okay. Yeah, so that's done. So that's coming out earlier today, sometime in the morning or afternoon. Yes, the remake is out. Star Wars don't need to be rated R. See, that's the thing about Star Wars. It's not about the blood or violence. Once you start making things about different elements, it loses its luster. Star Wars was all about the story. Didn't care about being rated R or rated PG-13. All of that is gimmicks to sell. Sell, sell, sell. Star Wars did not need a rating. I mean, you've seen heads chopped off in Star Wars. You've seen red mist. You've seen a guy cut in half. And they still didn't have an R rating. I don't need Jedis out here cursing people out. What the F is this? Use the Force.
Ladies and gentlemen, the police will be arriving shortly. Please exit single file through the decorative grate.
Fist of the North Star. Oh man, I just got through watching that one too long ago, Fist of the North Star. But I'm finna get ready to get my anime binge on. We starting off with Metropolis. Y'all don't know what this is, do y'all? Then of course we got Rick and Morty, season 1 and season 2. Let's dig into the anime bag. Fruit baskets. Looks like a chick anime. We'll be watching that last. Highlander. There you go, talking that Bleach. Ergo Proxy. So we're going to have a whole anime day tomorrow. Trigon. And Dragon Ball Z will not be in the mix. Samurai X. Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. Y'all don't know nothing about this. Ah! So tomorrow we doing anime. Oh, One Punch Man is the most hilarious anime of all time. All it takes is one punch. He's just looking for a challenge. He can't get a challenge nowhere. Every time he think he got a challenge, he hits somebody one time. Boom. It's over. He might be the strongest guy in anime history. One Piece. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, you missed a lot, Aries. But we getting ready to end this anyway. Ooh, a One Punch Man will beat Kenshiro, but I like Kenshiro. But we talking anime later on. Let me go ahead and do this. I'm out.